Great day, Facebook friends and family. Great day, EOD friends and family. And great day, Rose City team, Empire Diamond friends and family. This is Donnie Howard, and again, I'm coming to you to share with you our information about the dangers of sanitary napkins and tampons that we've just found out a lot of things that our women were suffering in silence. And once I saw the video about this product, I decided to join forces with the Six Star Jewel Company and to get this word out, because our women shouldn't have to suffer with something that comes natural for them every month. So with that being said, the education that we're doing about the dangers of sanitary napkins and tampons started with me whenever I saw the demonstration that I'm about to show you. What happened, once I saw the demonstration, my memory went right back to my wife and when she was younger, in her younger days, and we first got married. I also thought about my mother, my sisters, and just a lot of women in general that have a feminine flow. And one of the things that we want to let you know is, because this product is worn on the outside of the body, it's considered a cosmetic item. And the government don't regulate what they put in the product. So the companies out there are making the product out of recycled trash from the landfill. And they bleach it to make it a pure white. And that bleaching process creates a chemical called dioxin. And that's where most of the women's issues are coming in at. We say the honest way to prevent manipulation is through validation. So do your own due diligence and Google the dangers of sanitary napkins and tampons. Go to YouTube and look at the videos about the dangers of sanitary napkins and tampons. That information is out there on the World Wide Web. You can go to WebMD, that's where all the doctors are, and you can do the same thing, get that same information. So let's get into our demonstration here. This is our product. It is a Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin. And when we talk to women, we found out that women would do anything to be comfortable, to be dry, not have to deal with the odor associated with their feminine flow, or the pad being so bulky that people can tell that the young lady is wearing it. Those were some of the issues that they shared with us, and we started to do our due diligence, and we came up with this Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin. Now, the first thing that I want you to notice about our pad is that it has a pink strip on it. That pink strip is nothing more than tape, okay? But that tape is just to keep it compact. The product that's on the market has a strip on it as well, but theirs is to keep it closed, somewhat closed. And the reason why I say somewhat is because the glue that's on the back of the pads that's on the market is an industrial grade glue. And that glue has to have air. So there's air. That only thing that's keeping that pad together is that one little piece of tape. And because of the chemicals that's in that glue, if they didn't have air going to it, it would swell up and pop like a balloon, or burst like a balloon. So their pad is not completely closed. It's not completely sealed. And when a woman puts it into her purse, anything that's in her purse can actually get into that pad. Thus, it's not sanitary anymore, okay? So their strip is to keep theirs somewhat closed. Ours is to keep ours compact. Now, the next thing I want you to notice about our pad is it's completely sealed, okay? It's completely sealed. And thus, it makes it sanitary. The next thing is it's very thin. You know, I told you women are self-conscious about whenever they put their pads on, they're so bulky, the ones that's on the market. And They asked their girlfriends, girl, can you tell if I have it on? Can you see it? Can you see the bump? Can you see the bulge? And that makes them very self-conscious about when they put their pads on during their feminine flow. So ours is thin, it's completely sealed, and we're going to go ahead and get into the demonstration here. I'm going to take this pad out, and when we talked to our medical advisory board, our gynecologist told us that a woman, when she's having her feminine flow, she secretes anywhere from 15 to 50 milliliters of fluid a day, okay? And we know that some do more and some do less, but the average is 15 to 50 milliliters a day, right? So I just took our pad out of this wrapper, and let me share with you that it's biodegradable, okay? It's not plastic, so it's good for the environment. The next thing that I want to talk about is the comfortable part that we discussed earlier. Again, we said women would do anything to be comfortable during that time. So if you were here, I would have you to rub your hand across the top of this pad and see just how soft it is to the touch. Our pad is made out of 98% cotton and 2% plant-based, okay? So it's a cotton blend. We know everything is going to plant-based material in the healthy stages. Also, it has leak guard protections on the side, these little bumpers we call them right here, to help keep the flow in the pad so that a woman doesn't have accidents, and it stays in the center of the pad and it's absorbed in the center of the pad. Now, we're going to simulate a woman having her feminine flow here, and then we'll talk some more about some other issues that go along with this demonstration. Okay? I guess a lot of people are wondering why I do what I do, but again, I told you earlier that I don't ever recall my wife having a good cycle. We actually got married at a very young age, and we decided that we wanted to start a family at an early age. And, you know, I actually, me and my wife got married when I was 20 years old and she was 18. We were high school sweethearts. And so I saw her suffering from the time that we started dating all the way up to now, which we've been married for 43 years, over 43 years. And I recall her whenever she was having her feminine flow, that she would have migraine headaches. She'd ball up in fetal positions, you know. She had the heavy bleeding, the cramping, you know. And she was, she was a mess, just a ball of pain. And she also, hard to get along with, grouchy, you know. And men not knowing what's going on, we were always taught to go in the other direction whenever that time of month come around. But now that we know better and we're educated on it, we know that our women were suffering, and that's why they were acting out. So my wife and I decided to start a family, and she got pregnant and she had a miscarriage. Well, we tried again, and she got pregnant again, and we had our son, Donnie Jr. She actually got pregnant 2 more times, and she lost both those babies, thus leading up to changing doctors. Doctors found a cyst on her ovaries the size of a grapefruit, and that led to her having a full hysterectomy at a young age. And we know the hysterectomies are being performed at the rate of 600,000 a year right here in the United States. And 70 to 80% of them are women of color. I also found out that much younger women are having hysterectomies. I've talked to women that were age 18 when they had hysterectomies. So this is not nothing new, but it is a problem. 600,000 a year, that equates to over 1,800 a day. So you think about that. And that's the reason why I do what I do, because if there's a problem, I want to bring a solution to the table. And this is the potential solution with our Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin. Now, I poured 50 milliliters of water with green food coloring in it into this pad, okay? And now I'm going to take the napkin and I'm going to simulate a woman going through her daily activities. She's standing up, she's sitting down, she's standing up, she's sitting down, she's exercising, she's dancing, she's washing dishes, she's washing clothes, she's sweeping, she's vacuuming, she's dusting, she's in the car going to pick the kids up from school, and everything in that nature. And look at here. Wearing our pads, she is completely dry. Completely dry. So we've dealt with the comfortable part, with it being soft to the touch. We just dealt with the dry part. Now let's go a little bit further. I want to break this pad down even further to share with you the construction of our pad. I'm going to take these lead guard protections off. And we know, we love to share with people, women, that our pad has 8 layers of protection, okay? 8 layers of protection. And I'm going to take this top layer off and share some information with you about it. All right? Now look at this. If you were here, I'll let you touch this. See how that's flowing when I shake it? It's not just stiff and everything with water and everything. It's completely dry. It's completely dry and it's very soft to the touch. The reason why I'm telling you that is because the product that's on the market is made out of a synthetic plastic, okay? And by being made out of a synthetic plastic, it does not absorb. So a woman is sitting there and she's getting irritated from that plastic rubbing up against her, and it's scratchy, and thus she has to have some extra creams and things like that. So that's more money on top of the money you spent for the pads. Now, another thing I want you to notice about this is that it's got holes in it for breathability. We know that a woman heats up during that time of the month down there, and whenever she heats up, you got heat, you got moisture, and you got no air circulation because the pad that's on the market, again, I said it was synthetic plastic on top. There's no breathability with it. So that's a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. Thus, the bacteria creates odor, and it also causes urinary tract infections and things of that nature. So there's more medicine she has to get on top of buying the pads that doesn't work, okay? But ours is breathable, and it's soft to the touch, and it's completely dry. This part here is right up against a woman's body, and it's completely dry. Now, let's take this little baby right here. This is our graphene strip, and we'll talk about it a little later. I'm going to take our absorbency system out of this pad. Again, I told you we had 8 layers of comfort, and I'm going to just roll it up here. And you saw me already take 50 milliliters of water with green food coloring in it and put it in this absorbency system. That's the equivalent of a 24-hour period of a woman's feminine flow. And we know if a woman has flowed that much, she's changed anywhere from 5 to 7 times already. But we put the equivalent of 1 day's flow into our pad already. And this absorbency system, this is over 150 milliliters on average of water with green food coloring in it. So we're going to take our absorbency system and put it in this water. And we'll come back to it a little later, okay? Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is our backing, okay? Can you see those lines, those little lines right there? Now, our adhesive is a vegetable grade adhesive. It's very conducive to a woman's body. It won't harm her. Okay? Again, I told you that the backing that's on the pad that's on the market uses industrial grade glue, and by having those chemicals in it, it had to breathe, so that's not good for a woman's body when the chemicals are so strong that you cannot enclose it to keep the pad sanitary. That's not good. And the backing that's on the product that's on the market is the equivalent of a hefty trash bag. In other words, there's no breathability there either. So it has taken a woman's flow and it's just sitting there. And whenever she stands up and sit down, reverse osmosis happens, and those chemicals and her flow goes right back up into her bloodstream. Now ours, I showed you the lines on there, and those lines also contain porous holes. If I were to take this backing of our product and put it over a cup of hot water, it would let the smoke come through, but no moisture would come through. Thus, it's got breathability on the top, breathability on the bottom. The moisture is trapped in the middle in the absorbency system, and it keeps a woman's undergarments from being soiled and stuff of that nature. So this product, the technology that we have, I tell you, is amazing, and women are just elated once they use our product. And again, this is not plastic, because plastic does not tear like that, okay? All right. Now, let's talk about this graphene strip. Graphene is the next medical breakthrough. We talked earlier about validating things, so it was two German scientists that discovered graphene. Graphene is a natural product, and I tell you what, these young men here, they discovered the graphene in 2004, and they won a Nobel Physics Prize with it in 2010. So this is your due diligence that you can go to whenever you're studying on graphene. But let me tell you some of the attributes that graphene has. Graphene is being used in so many different things. The next generation is going to have graphene used in things like bulletproof vests and stuff like that. But used in the medical device and used in the product that we have, graphene adds oxygen to the blood cells. It helps to pull the heat away from the core of a woman's body. It helps to build her immune system. It helps with pain. In other words, when a woman is cramping, it helps her with those cramps. We don't make any medical claims or health claims, but these are actual testimonies of women that use our product. And it also is a 99.9% bacteria killer. Thus, you kill the bacteria and you kill the odor. And graphene also contains vibrational energy. Now, the reason why I said energy is because I want you to understand, when I do the next part of our demonstration, most people associate this with electricity. But as you can see, this is not shocking me. I'm holding on to it and everything, and it's really not harming me. If you were here, I'd let you hold it. But energy comes from things like solar panels, windmills, water dams with turbines, and things of that nature, okay? So this is a 7-watt energy detection bulb. It's a smart bulb, okay? And it's only 7 watts. Anywhere there's energy, if this bulb comes in contact with it, it will light up, all right? So I told you this contains vibrational energy, and I'm going to put this bulb to it, and the bulb is going to light up. Look at that. Vibrational energy. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a game changer. It helps them give women energy also. So I tell you what, that little graphene strip there is totally amazing. We have conventional uses and unconventional uses for it. You know, even men wear the product, our panty liners, because they have prostate issues, and we've had testimonies that men said it has helped them with their PSA count. We've also had men that use it for leakage because of prostate issues, and also women use it for leakage, okay? Now, you saw me pour 50 milliliters of water with green food coloring in it into our pad when we first started. That's the equivalent of 1 day. Then you saw me take the absorbency system and put it in 150 milliliters of water with green food coloring in it. That's the equivalent of 3 days. So we have the equivalent of 4 days on average of women's feminine flow in this one pad. Now, tell me where the water go. Cannot get a drop out of it. If I were to keep putting water in there, it would keep absorbing, okay? And look at this. I want to share this with you as well. We actually turn a liquid into a solid. And I told you earlier that women heat up down there during that time of month. So it's cool to the touch. If you were here and you could feel this, you find that it's very cool to the touch. And that's by design. We wanted to help a woman to stay comfortable, and staying cool is another part of that. So we made this cool by design, and this is nothing more than polymer, the same thing that's in a baby's diaper, okay? Now, that concludes our demonstration, but I know you're asking, well, where do I get this product from? You can only get this product from an independent distributor. It's not in the stores, and you have to contact me or some of our other distributors that distribute the product. We have distributors all over the United States. We have 5 variations of the product. We have the panty liner without wings. It's 30 in that pack. We have the panty liner with wings. It's 20 in that pack. We have the moderate flow. It's 10 in that pack. That's the one I just did the demonstration with. And we have the heavy flow. It's 8 in that pack. And each pad gets progressively longer. And that's why they go down in amount that you need. And also, we have the extra heavy, or the overnight is what we call them, because most women wear these at night for extra protection. They cover a lot more area. It's actually the longest pad that we have. And some women, the senior saints, use this for urinary incontinence. My mom is in a nursing home, and we were let her wear these pads, and it definitely held her whole bladder. So, these are the testimonies of what I have seen the pads do, right? So, 5 variations. And to get these pads, you go to adorablepads.com. That's my website. ADORABLEPADS.com. Make sure there's no spaces in between it anywhere. And when you go to my website, you should see Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkins with my name up at the top left-hand corner. And again, give a woman in your life that you love and care about the Jewel experience. If you want to know more information about this product, you can call me at 903-521-1860. That's 903-521-1860. Again, adorablepads.com. Protect the most precious jewel in the world, and that jewel is you. Everybody be blessed and have a great day.